Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and today I am playing with my Counterfeit Kit Challenge 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and this is from Janet at Galaxy Girl Creations and Mixed Media Mayhem. And so part of Mixed Media Mayhem was to use 2 or more pattern papers. So I'm pulling my papers out of my Counterfeit Kit Challenge, and so I'm gonna crop this one down for the base part, and I decided I wanted this to be matted in black, so I am cropping this down so I just have that little bit of black to words to ground my layout, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This purple piece is from Scrap a Sketch and their Paint a Rainbow collection. So I've been playing along with this in my kit all month long, and I thought this worked really well with the striped piece of paper from American Craft. And so, awesome. My picture is of my husband and our youngest and his mom doing bubbles on our front sidewalk, because this was things that we did. So that was lots of fun. This is also from the Paint a Rainbow collection, and so I'm strategically cutting this so I can have the vertical piece that's in the sketch. So there we go. That corner's a little cut off, but I'm not too worried about that. And so that's looking okay. I'm going to give you a spoiler. My purple is not going to stay that length because yeah, I needed some more. When I was looking at the sketch, I noticed that there was a round bit, and so I hadn't planned on that. So I'm going to strategically cut this green piece of scrap that I've used this month to make it so that I have a round bit underneath my photo. My round bit is not going to be as big as what is in Janet's sketch, but totally okay. So I am just trying to place this so I can get the most out of the circle without too much trouble. So that worked out not too bad, and so I'm going to place this quite strategically underneath the photo, and I'm going to get this all on, and I'm going to do my first whoops of the day. And so that was putting adhesive on all of that back stripe, because I am not going to use a whole piece of black cardstock underneath this. I'm going to gut it because that's a lot of black that I can matte photos with. So on this goes, and then I'm just going to take some stuff out of my recycling bin and cover up this because, oh well. So most of it works okay. It's going to be pieces that I was not going to use anyway, so oh well. I will have to be careful when I put it in the page protector with the other page, but we'll be fine. So there we go. And I probably wouldn't have worried about it if I knew what was going on the back side of this one, but I don't. So I don't want it to get stuck to a front side of a layout. So that's why I put some stuff on the back. So getting this on, that works well. I decided I didn't want it lined up with the left side and kind of not quite centered, but a little bit in from the left of the picture or the right of the picture. I can do my lefts and rights. This heart piece was in my scraps, and it is also from the Paint a Rainbow from Scrap a Sketch. And so I'm going to put this down in, I decided to banner it, and this is going to be a good spot to put an embellishment. Janet has a little bit more photos and stuff on hers. It looks like she's got 2 photos. I just have the one. And then I decided I needed some more stuff on here. So this bin is like an IKEA bin, and it has a lot of crazy stuff in it. So I do need a large title for Mixed Media Mayhem. So this adventure chipboard from Hip Kip Club is going to work today. So I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a large title. And then I remembered I had this one in the green, and there's this green actually on my layout because it's a hard green to like put on, and Adventure you would think would be an easy one to use, but because of how big that Adventure is, I had a hard time using it, but it's going on this one. And I decide that I need more purple. So I'm going to rip up some papers so I can put more purple down. And so I am going to plan this one out so that it overlaps. So when you look at it, unless you're looking really close for the seam, you don't actually see where this extra piece of purple is. Could I have ripped everything up? I totally could have, but I didn't want to. So just matching it up, figuring out where I want it. This way is going to match easier. Look at that. I can, perfect. So I need to cut those spots there. And so it's going to overlap. And so I have a spot to actually put the Adventure, which I do need to take a little bit more off this purple, but I didn't want to take off too much to start with. And then I'm going to rip up this, literally ripping, but it's going to get covered. It's not a big deal. Lining up the dots. Then this is going to, I can take a little bit off of this because it's going to go underneath still, but I don't need it to go off the page. And so lining it up, and there we go. The Adventure can go on, and now it has a nice spot to sit, and it doesn't get lost with all the different patterns. So away it goes on. And then I'm going to put the bubble on, and I ripped this letter, but it will work just fine. And so the last thing for Mixed Media Mayhem that I need is splatters. And so I'm going to use the pink Distress Spritz. And just because it's very pink, I've got that pink on the layout anyway, and it's fun. And then this fox is going to go on here for no other reason than it's cute and she's itty bitty, and why not? And then there is a cluster that's about here on the sketch, so I'm going to put a flower there and call that good. Just looking if there's anything else. Those chipboards are so old, like so old. And then some glitz, and I'm just using the dark pink ones off of these dollar store jewel things. They're kind of like enamel dots, but not. They're actually in a whole line, and so you have to rip them off, and it's all good. And then I decide it is done. Look at that. So there is a playlist for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life linked below. There's also a playlist for Mixed Media Mayhem, which is also linked below. And I am part of the creative team for Counterfeit Kit Challenge. And so that is linked below because I used my kit for this one too. There are those close-ups. Thank you so much for being here today. If you are new to my channel, I would really appreciate if you did subscribe. I do read all my comments and respond back, so that would be awesome. And if you liked my video, that thumbs up would be much appreciated. Have yourself a great day.